So I want to talk to you a few things about that hinders your worship, things that hinders your worship. Amen. Amen. One thing we cannot afford to take place in our life in this time, in the church, in our home, in our family, or on our job. We cannot afford to allow things to hinder our worship. Amen. I'm not telling you to get up and run around the chair, but I'm telling you, even while you're working, you still ought to have some praise and worship on your mind, unto God. Amen. While you're typing your letters, you ought to be saying, Lord, I give you glory. I give you praise. You ought to remind yourself every day that because you I live, because you I breathe. Lord, things that hinders our worship. Well, this is the things we went over this past week in our Wednesday night Bible study. We talked about distractions. We talked about unforgiveness, and we talked about condemnation. Things that hinders our worship. Amen. Distraction, allowing things to distract us. Sometimes, amen, people get so busy, they don't have time to tell God thank you. Sometimes we get so busy, we don't have time to wake up in the morning and give God praise. But let me let you know something, my friend. That 15 minutes, 30 minutes, that hour, you get up in the morning, just set aside for God, set the tone of your day. It puts your heart and your mind with an expectation what God's getting ready to do. Some of us, we need that moment. We need that time of worship and praise so God can remind us of the promises that he has for us, and so that we can be confident that everything's going to work together for my good today. So we can be confident that all things, amen, nothing is impossible to them that believe in God. Amen. So we can have this type of assurance that he's able to do exceedingly abundantly in our life according to the power that working in us. But we got to be careful of distractions. Sometimes we go to bed with distraction, and we go to bed worrying about what went on yesterday. My friend, before you go to bed at night, you ought to take time out to tell God, thank you. Lay all your burdens down before the Lord and let the Lord heal you from all of those things. Sometimes we got to make sure that we don't allow, amen, entertainment to be a distraction. Sometimes we got to make sure we don't allow the past to be a distraction. Amen.